let's watch back now as the crowds and those on the various boats going by where the Queen is stationed to watch the final moments of the flotilla. As you saw at Anne-Marie's halfway mark, there was just the kind of follow-up police vessels that were still on the waters. All of the flotilla had passed by there. Oh, some music. Let's listen. Green sleeves, and it's a nice moment to catch the music. We haven't been lucky on that through most of this broadcast, but a lot of trouble went to by the organizers to try and organize music throughout this. The London Philharmonic there, allowing us to listen in, and here it looks like you got a pipe and drum band. Let's see if we can hear them. Nothing like the pipes. In the rain as they head under that spectacular tower bridge structure. You know, we were talking a minute ago, and we will bear with us, folks, if we get an opportunity to get a nice clean audio feed from the BBC on some of these musical selections. We'll definitely give it to you, but I think you got to understand it's been weather-wise, it's been a tough day on some of that level, but the pictures have been spectacular. We were talking, speaking of pictures, about some of the videos being released these last few days.
I just don't think people were ready to see that back then. They are now. That's exactly what they want to see, but back then it was...
Westminster, Big Ben there on your right.
And the new Elizabeth Tower, renamed.
So you can see how much the clouds are sort of hanging over the Thames here right now, dropping down even lower. Doesn't seem to faze Kate Middleton, though. And there you have the Queen, waving as she has been doing for the last couple of hours to many of the 20,000 participants, and them waving back, who are catching their moment as best they can on what has turned into a soggy day. I love this term I heard earlier today on the BBC. They couldn't bring themselves to say rain. They said, it's unrepentantly damp.
Polite.
You gotta love it.
Yeah.
It was a great shot. Some of the members of the British Armed Forces who have been operating here in terms of the various tugboats and security vessels have been a part of all this. You know, we're probably not going to know until later on tonight when they give the after flotilla briefing as to whether or not there were any issues or any problems, whether of a security nature or just, you know, plain accidents out there. When you consider the number of small vessels, it would be a shock if it wasn't something out there that had happened. But if there has been, there is nothing for us to be able to report to you on that front at this moment. There's no indication there has. The famous royal waves.
Those 1,000 vessels, they will all pass the Queen, give their royal salute. Garden on there with hundreds of bunches of lavender and bay leaf.
I just noticed that the monarchy is trending on Twitter in Canada, no less.
Fantastic.
Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that everything they're saying is good, but it is trending.
It has an opinion. That's what matters.
That's right.
Well, of course, all over Twitter, when first Her Majesty did embark on the barge, the Britannia barge, Twitter crashed. So that's here. So I'm glad to see it's trending in Canada.
What have they been saying here? You follow Twitter closely here.
Everybody amazed. All the royal reporters here are in awe, as they would be and always are. But really, even the cynics are joining in. And as I said, they have an opinion, good or bad. They're finding the fun side of it. But really, I think everybody is embracing this for what it is. Honouring a woman, the Queen, who has served 60 long and great years.
You know, 10 years ago, people wondered, you know, will she stay? Will she perhaps, you know, leave, hand it over to Charles? That kind of discussion never happens anymore. Did then. It was a rough...
Windsor Castle went on fire and she lost her mother and her sister shortly after that. So really this has been a hugely amazing turnaround in publicity, but also in adoration as such and love for the Queen. It really is wonderful to see. But this is the climax of years of great spinning behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was always kind of a resistance for that spin machine to take hold inside Buckingham Palace, so things would just sort of look after themselves. But after that period, they got the pros in, who worked hard to turn around an image.
Absolutely, because Prince Charles' wheels were spinning already. He had got an outside press team in. He was the first to realise that the only way to kind of make the media work was to work with them. So he employed somebody to do this. And as you said, Buckingham Palace soon realised that they had to too.
I love this, duck tours. This is a good day for ducks. Right now, you see these the kind of vessels that are, you know, plow this area and, you know, rivers in many parts of the world. Although I got to say, I've never seen it like a school bus.